ahead and talk about some adult entertainment industry news that I feel is pertinent when it comes to the safety and well-being of active adult entertainers who may not be hip to certain things that transpired, say, a decade ago within the adult entertainment industry, okay? Now, I'd say over the past few months, I really have done my best to remain fairly neutral and even complimentary when it comes to porn's self-labeled top blogger, Sean Tompkins, aka TRPWL. However, his behavior as of late has been atrocious, irresponsible, and the way that he is writing up some of his personal vendettas and personal arguments against his, little list of enemies is very irresponsible. As of current, Sean, aka TRPWL of the Real Porn WikiLeaks, seems to be having some sort of a ego battle with someone known as Jessy Jones. Okay, I don't really know much about Jessy Jones. I don't care to know much about Jessy Jones. Allegedly, Jessy Jones has a habit of assaulting women. That's what TRPWL Sean says, okay? But let's not forget that in the past, according to court documentation, it seems that TRPWL himself has gotten into some legal issues when it comes to not being appropriate physically with women. Okay? People did used to call him Stalker Sean for a reason. However, it seems that in his personal beefing on his blog when it comes to Jessy Jones, he gave an unjustified endorsement to one of the most dangerous male performers from my perspective and many people's perspectives in the adult entertainment industry. He gave an endorsement to a male sex worker and porn star known as Xander Corvus. Now, I'm not going to get too into detail as to why Xander Corvus is a tremendous problem, not only in the adult entertainment industry, but to society as a whole, specifically the female Black community. I have made previous podcasts in regards to why I personally feel that Black women need to avoid Xander Corvus at all costs. You need to think of him as essentially being COVID-19, the coronavirus, but worse. In fact, imagine the coronavirus meeting HIV. That, from my perspective, is the only way that the problem that Xander Corvus can be defined. So I don't know if Xander is some sort of a publicity client of Sean, aka TRPWL, or that rumored sex trafficking ring that he's linked to called XXX Star PR, or that very shady, strange individual known as Brian Scott Gross. I don't know. But when it comes to Xander Corvus, current talent, what is very important that all of you remember is that he was wrapped right up in the middle of the Cameron Bay HIV issue about a decade ago. Just run a Google search using the names Xander Corvus and Cameron Bay, and you will see what I'm talking about. I also do not like how it appears that Xander Corvus manipulated and used a young woman known as Demi Sutra, who it seems has severe mental issues. When it's apparent that someone has mental issues, you should not take advantage of them. You should not use them to further your own agendas or popularity or whatever it is. But that was wrong. That was wrong. And I suspect that a woman who at least at one point in time seemed to be Demi Sutra's confidant and friend, I don't know if they ever reconciled or not, but Anna Fox, it did seem that Anna Fox could see the truth when it came to Corvus. So I just wanted to go ahead and touch on that. Xander has a problem, and I suspect that Xander is not too unlike this Jessy Jones character, but just hasn't gotten exposed or caught yet. But the clock's ticking because the shelf life of a male porn star is very limited. And frankly, being that he's got competitors and peers such as Tyler Nixon, Seth Gamble, I really don't even understand why anyone in the industry continues to work with him or hire him. So independent talent out there, avoid Xander Corvus. Don't be afraid to add him to your no list if that's something that you feel in your heart and soul you should do. If that's what your intuition is telling you to do it. Just do it. So anyway, that's it for tonight's podcast.